Hey, good morning. Welcome to American Reversion. I'm Steve Smith, and how are you all today? I want to talk a little bit about TikTok. That's in the news. It's been on people's minds for a long time. A lot of people have strong opinions about TikTok and social media across the board. I do want to address that because I think that it's important, and it does have to do with our country and what's going on with it. Before I get started on that, and I realize that I never let anybody on this channel know and remind them that all of my videos are brought to you by my books, the Stonemont series, the Reversion, the Revival, the Renewal and Appeal to Heaven, the Blessings of Freedom, and this latest one that is blowing out the Hostages to Fortune. And these are all available on through Amazon in either paperback or Kindle, and the link to them is down there, or through the new website. We got the new website up. It is stonemont.us. If anybody doesn't know what Stonemont is, it's in here. Stonemont is the location. A lot more than that. Maybe I'll talk about that another time. Well, you know what? No, I won't do it. I'll do it another time. But they are available through the new website, stonemont.us, through which you can order all of the books directly from me. And there's a place for you to put over there how you would like me to sign the book, and it's very cool. My webmaster just went through all the stuff on the e-commerce site yesterday and showed me how, we see what orders are coming in, which ones have been filled and which ones have yet to be filled. The book's sold out, by the way, in case you don't know that. So I've ordered a whole new shipment of books. Amazon said they'll have them to me by April 9th. So as soon as I get in, I'll be busily writing and packing and shipping and all those. And then when your order ships, it sends you an automatic email saying, hey, your shipment's on the way. I thought, how cool is that? I'm being dragged into the 21st century e-commerce world, aren't I? Okay. Oh, and I should say, anybody who orders a whole set from me, I can't do that through Amazon, but anybody who orders a whole set from me, I throw in the Stonemont notebook. It's a cool book that you can keep all of your notes, what's going on out there. I keep an eye on what's going on the property there. Everything's cool. It's just a notebook. You can keep all your lists, as you can see I do. That's how I keep track of what videos I need to make and what I need to do next. TikTok, social media, totally. Okay, there's been a lot of talk about TikTok. Yesterday I read that two of my favorite senators, Josh Hawley and Rand Paul, got into it a little bit in an argument about this ban of TikTok. Now, I think that everybody, I'm going to have probably a little bit different take on this than many people, or that you might assume I am. Everybody pretty much understands that TikTok is either owned by, and there's no way to know. I mean, people can make their claims, and a claim is a claim, The degree to which it's true is always questionable. But whether the TikTok is either owned or simply controlled or whatever by the CCP, the Chinese Communist Party, or the Communist Party of China, to what extent, they certainly have access to all the information. The extent to which they direct it is up in the air, but they have access to the information. Let's just get that right out there so that we're not even arguing about that. The argument between Hawley and Paul is that Hawley wants to he wants to ban TikTok from the United States. Now, there are already states that have banned TikTok from all of their government-issued devices. I think that's a great idea. I'm not sure if the United States has or not, but they should. There should not, TikTok and many others should not have apps on any government devices. Now, I know that there are people who know a lot more about the technology than I do that will tell me, hey, your stuff can listen to you anyway. This phone that I'm talking to you in, your phone that you're watching this on, or your computer, whatever, they can listen to everything that you do. In some cases, see everything that you do. Okay, so the idea that there's any privacy in our lives, I think, is a naive idea. Okay, so let's get past that. But I don't think that they should be on government, certainly on government devices. So Hawley's contention, he's trying to get this bill passed, says, ban TikTok from the United States completely. Rand Paul comes back and he says, well, there's two problems with that. The first is the First Amendment. Do we remember that? There's the First Amendment. And, a lot of people forget what the First Amendment is. A lot of people think that the First Amendment is that, like people that will come on and make rude comments, and then you'll take them off. You can't take me off. This is America, First Amendment. Well, they don't have any idea what the First Amendment actually is, but this is a First Amendment issue, as Rand Paul properly points out. The second, he said, it is essentially a bill of attainder. Now, if you're not familiar with what that term means, a bill of attainder is when you pass a bill that declares a person or a group of people or a company, in this case, whatever, guilty of something without a trial. See, a particular thing. So these bills are aimed specifically at TikTok, not at a broad range of social media that would fit within a certain parameter, but at TikTok specifically. Now, I'm not here to defend TikTok, but I am going to say something that you might view as positive in a moment. So Rand Paul, his points are exactly right. Exactly right. So Josh Hawley, who is a bright lawyer, very intelligent guy. I love Hawley. He's from Missouri. But he says, well, I wasn't aware that the First Amendment, covered espionage. Well, okay, he's using words. This is a good trial lawyer. You say things that are, bombastic and aren't necessarily true. And of course, the First Amendment does not cover espionage, but his statement was a straw man. Okay, that's not. Espionage may be found within it, right? Could espionage be found in Twitter? Could it be found in, I don't know, many other social media platforms? Meaning its improper use or its use for one side over another? Can we find that? Oh, I think we can. I think everybody out there is nodding, right? Yeah. And so that's what Hawley says. But here's the thing. I told this story not too long ago. Well, let me back up. Let me go back. Several years ago, within our group, we send out, group messages about things that are going on. There was one guy that sent a lot of things that nobody else was getting the information. And at first, I almost wouldn't open some of his messages. Do you know why? Because I saw it was a TikTok. Okay. That kept me from opening some at first. And finally I said, no, I'm going to go ahead. And you know what I found? I found out information that we were not getting in even our alternative media. That's right. But do you know what else? That further investigation showed me that the information was correct. How often do we have to go to the foreign press to learn the truth about what's going on in our own country? Now, I'm not on the side of the CCP. Don't anybody get in here and jump up and down about that. But how often do we have to go to the foreign press to learn things about what's going on here because our press won't cover it, all right? I've always said, if you want to know what's going on in a Republican administration, watch CNN. If you want to know what's going on in a Democrat administration, watch Fox. Not so much anymore, to an extent. Some of them, okay. Or Newsmax or whatever. Always watch the people who are antagonistic to the subject you're interested in. But then take it with a grain of salt and check it out yourself. Okay? This is basic intelligence 101. Okay? Find the person who hates somebody and then see what story they want to tell about that person and then check it, see if it's right. You're not going to get the information from a friend. You want to know something bad about Bob? Well, you're not going to find out by asking his best friend Jim. Okay? But ask Bob's ex-wife or a former business partner that he screwed, okay? You're going to find out some stuff, and you know what? A lot of it's going to be true. So I found that, I'll be darned, a lot of this stuff that this guy is sending out from TikTok is right, and I am now learning things that I didn't know before. Not long ago, I told this story also. What was it about? I don't recall the exact subject. Oh yeah, it was about Ukraine. And no, it wasn't. Doesn't matter. Whatever it was. I was talking to my son, my oldest son, about it, and I was trying to explain to him the truth of a situation. One of our many political problems we have right now. And he says, oh yeah, he says, I know all about that. He says, everybody at school is talking about that and they are up in arms. And do you know what? All these high school people that so many people like to rag on and say that they're stupid and they don't know anything, hey, they are not stupid. Do you know the one thing that a young person can't stand above almost anything else is a stinking hypocrite. That's the thing about kids and young people. They cannot stand hypocrisy. They have to be taught to swallow and accept hypocrisy as they get older. And that's where many people, as they become adults, they start excusing things, but not kids. And he says, man, everybody in my school is up in arms about this. And their position was very much like the American reversion position. Like I say, I don't remember exactly what it was. I said, well, really, I was shocked at that. I said, where do you all learn about this? And he said, TikTok. It's all over TikTok. Here was where truth was getting through. A vehicle, is it controlled by the CCP? Whether it is or not, truth was getting through. Do you remember the old Voice of America where we used to send radio programs into Eastern Europe? Okay, a lot of it was propaganda. A lot of it was truth. What we're trying to do was to get some true information to a people who had been locked out of information by their own governments. Does that sound familiar? Does that sound familiar? It's dangerous to limit yourself and your intake of information because of an incorrectly conceived idea of political loyalty or patriotism. You need to take in as much information as you can, make a proper judgment on the source of that information through your own experience, through your own good judgment, and then by checking that information through other sources. But if you don't have the information to begin with, you're not going to be able to do that. And that's what's important. So in the situation of TikTok, I am never for limiting the flow of information, because that is the first thing that a tyrannical government does. And that's what some of our government is doing. Ask yourself why. Now, trust me, I am no, I don't have anything against Chinese people. I know a lot of Chinese people. I like all of them that I know. I mean, I don't know all 2-3 billion of them, or, however many there are now. There's probably some of them I don't like, I wouldn't like. But I have, everybody that I ever, so it's not against the people, it's about governments. It's always about governments, it's always about politics, it's always about power, but it's always about information. Information and economics. And if you divorce yourself and if you keep yourself from even being exposed to it or considering it, you are keeping yourself from being able to adequately participate in the solution of problems. And we got plenty of problems, right? Okay, that's my take on TikTok. Feel free to put in your comments. A comment like, "Well, it's run by the CCP," and I'm not. That's not helpful. I mean, if you have thoughtful comments, leave them. Yeah. And I'll be real interested to hear what you have to say about it. So this thing between Hawley and Rand Paul, it'll be interesting to watch, see how that turns out. Now, don't worry, don't mistake me. I don't trust TikTok as far as I could throw my house, but I'm also not going to keep myself from intaking information that might be important for me to use in making decisions. So remember, America needs a reversion and needs you to be a part of it, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.